So here we go. Let's go on our little garden tour. So what do you want to check on first, Pearl? Should we go ahead and check on the chickens? Let's go ahead and let the chickies out. Chickies got to be let out every morning. We got to lock them up because if you can tell, we're in the deep, deep woods here. So if we don't lock them up, one of the midnight critters will come and clear out our whole coop. And that's not nice. Stay there, girls. Stay there, girls. These are all of my mature egg-laying chickens. They don't have names, but they are very, very loved. We get about 6 eggs a day, and there's 7 of them there. Right, ladies? But yep, and if I don't lock them up in the morning, we could have a bad surprise, and that would be bye-bye chickens. Let's see if the boys have been keeping up on collecting eggs. That's the boys' job. Let me see. Nope, we got 3 eggs there, 1 egg there, nothing, nothing. They never lay eggs in these 2, ever. They only ever lay them in this one. Unless that one's occupied, then someone goes there. So that's yesterday's eggs. That's really not terrible. And do you want to know who's neighbors with my egg layers? They are our rabbits. Say hello, rabbits. The big girl, that's Chloe. She's my big mama. Say hi, Chloe. What does Chloe want right now? Oh, Chloe needs some water. So let's give her some water. I always have a gallon jug of water available here because I have found if you set yourself up with everything at your reach, when you ask your kiddos to feed and water your animals, it's so much better. So Chloe goes through water pretty quick. Why? A couple of reasons. She's my big mama. And big mama means, yep, big mama. She's got 9 kits in there and they hop around like crazy. So she's lactating, as you can tell. Someone's getting some food on. So she needs the extra water for herself and to produce milk for all these adorable little babies. Aren't they cute? These babies are 3 weeks old right now, and they're gonna stay with Chloe until Chloe's tired of them. And like any mom of multiples, she's pretty tired already, but these babies get weaned at 5 weeks. Pretty cool, huh? And yep, they're all over. Let's see how their food is. I can tell Vaughn was the last one to feed the rabbits because it's a little bit of a mess. But rabbit food, it's empty. And as you can see, ta-da! I keep everything pretty close. So if I need to leave, everything's available. And I have everything documented for all of my happy farm helpers. So there we go. Chloe's happy. And you want to know who is neighbors with Chloe? You met him. That's the man himself. There's Macho Man. Yes, that's his name. Macho Man. The next Buck, that's what a boy is called, I plan on getting is going to be Savage. So then I got Macho Man and Savage because I'm a big nerd and that makes me happy. But there's my buck. He is not at sexual maturity yet, but he will be. And when he is in the fall, probably October, then we breed Macho Man with Chloe, and we have another set of rabbits. But I'll be doing more videos on the entire rabbit process. Now, I'm going to take a step back. And as you can see, I've got my rabbits above a metal cage. Do you want to know what goes down there? That is for my chickens, my egg birds. They get to go under there whenever they want. So anytime the rabbits drop any food or have any droppings, the chickens, they scratch through it all, and guess what? It just completes the process, making the most use out of every single thing in this little farmstead. We're still building on my little rabbit hutch. I got 1 more cage to put in and another roof. But as you can tell, I have 3 cages right now, room for a 4th. And then above this cage right here, I have a metal roof. Why do you think I have a metal roof in between? Very, very simple. The metal roof is at an angle. The metal roof is at an angle, so when I have a rabbits up top, whenever they go to the bathroom, it's going to hit this metal roof. It's going to roll downhill, keeping Chloe dry and happy and keeping this cage clean. Taking down the work on me to keep it sanitary because they're doing it themselves with this slick little system. Meaning, no, you don't smell the rabbits. You don't hear the rabbits. The rabbits are one of my quietest additions to this little farm. Right, Chloe? She's so happy. Chloe wants some treats. I'll make sure the boys get her treats later. And then here's, oh, chickies want treats, so we're gonna get the chickens some treats. Right, chickens? Chickens, chickens. Now, do we wanna see somebody else? Of course we do. What I'm gonna do is I am going to put Pearl in some of this fresh clover so she can play around. Pearl loves to play in the grass. Sometimes she eats it, and that's okay. All right, Pearl. Pearl, you want to say hello? Say hi, guys. All right, Pearl's going to stay here so we can go take a look at the meat birds. Here's our tractor. There is 30 birds in here. They are white giants and black Jersey giants. They are juveniles, and they got about a month and a half left of their 20-week growth cycle. So we pick it up, and look at it. I'm doing this with one hand. And every single day, I pick them up, and I move them so they get fresh grass. Fresh grass, fresh bugs, and a fresh cycle. Later today, I'll check their food and their water. And if you look, in this section of the yard, it looks a little beat up. And why is that? It's not just because my boys leave toys, but it's because these sections are where the chickens were. And you can tell where they were the longest ago because I got fresh grass over here and where they have been the most recently. So this is why I don't mow my lawn, because the chickies do it for me. And these birds are dual purpose, so they are going to be meat birds, and I'll probably keep at least 4. Whichever rooster is the least jerky will get kept, and then 3 fresh egg layers to put with my egg birds. It just keeps the flock nice, healthy, and young. And these are good sized birds. Oh no, we have an escapee. We have an escaped chicken. She won't go far. Let me see. This one escaped. She's gonna stick around and she's gonna cry because she wants to go back with her friends. So once the boys wake up, they're gonna have to catch her. And I'll make sure that happens in the next hour so none of those big critters I talked about eat them. Because yes, chickens are extremely desirable to all of the big predators I have in my woods. So that's why everybody is in cages. They get fresh grass, fresh everything, but they must be contained. Now, Pearl is over here again. Let's take a check on her. Pearl, how much grass you got going on? A lot. Yeah. Pearl, you want to say hello again? Oh, you're eating clover. Happy little garden baby, eating the clover. Such a pretty baby. All right, Pearl, you watch those chickens, okay? I'm gonna go check on the bigger animals in the barn. So I'm taking you to my barn. It's a cute little barn. It's just backyard size. See, here's the barn. And in the barn, I have 5 animals. 5 fabulous friends. And they're noisy because they all want some attention. Here we go. Who wants to come say hi? Oh, we got Molly. Hi, Molly. Not so close. This isn't this is Molly. She is a Nubian / Nigerian dwarf. There's Sugar. Sugar. She's an IPP cross, and she's loud and noisy. And then there's Jolene. Jolene's a whole Nigerian. Oh boy, I better give these guys some food. Here we go. I'm going to give them a mixture. Let me show you a close-up of that. This is the goat / pig treats I make them. I make it every 2 weeks. And in there is corn, barley, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds. There's also alfalfa, some molasses, some kelp, and a couple other minerals, just because it gives them a full balanced diet. And I only give this to the goats when I milk them, except when the goats go and steal the pig's food. And I'm gonna be MacGyvering a way to fix that today, because right now the goats steal the pig's food, and goats really shouldn't eat that much grain unless they're milking. It'll make them sick, could make them bloat, and that's dangerous. So this is Jolene. Jolene's a 3-year-old Nigerian, and she's my goats are like Labradors. They're very sweet. And there's our little barn. Oh, Sugar's mad. Sugar, is she stealing all your yummies? All right, Sugar. I'm gonna get Sugar a little on the ground. Since she's a pig, they naturally root, even though she's an IPP, which is an Idaho pasture pig. They still like to root, and when I give them a little bit of grains on the ground, guess who else gets them? The barn chickens. The barn chickens are chickens that are, like I said, they're just for the barnyard. There you go, Jojo. You can have some. And they do a couple of things. They are my pest management for small critters, small vermin, and ticks, because this is the woods. Let me zoom out. For ticks and those type of sorts. So I only have 3 chickens in the barn. They're just for tick control, to keep all my other animals happy and healthy. It's pretty wonderful. And the other thing these chickens do is they're laying hens. They're about 2 years old, laying hens. So they lay eggs, not as consistently, but the ones they do lay, we don't eat. They go shell and all directly to Sugar the pig. Sugar loves 2 eggs a day. She's a happy, happy girl. So I got all my goat tools. I just got to hang something up because the boys didn't put them away, but I got all my goat tools. Everything is undercover. So we can milk, we can do hoof maintenance, we can do animal care, all under shelter. It's very contained, it's very neat, and it smells beautiful. Oh boy, Pearl's on an exploration. We gotta stop what we're doing. Pearl, what are you doing? Pearl, you're not supposed to play with the chickens. Oh boy, garden baby, I'm gonna have to pick her up again. She was making friends with the chickens. So here we go. We've got chickens in the tractor. We've got our little barn. We've got our coop / rabbit hutch. And then the big project. The big project, I got back up. You gotta see the bigger operation here. Is the greenhouse. I'm still backing up. You gotta see the whole thing. Is my greenhouse / garden. And yes, there's lights inside. That is a dish that is more on my garden. That's another project that I'm gonna start expanding today if I have time. So this is all my garden. And on the top of my garden, called my roof, I like to use every bit of space. You will see, ta-da, 2 white towers. Do we know what those are? Let me know if you know what they are. Everybody in there is sleeping right now. But those are my 2 beehives. Yes, we've got beehives on the roof. And why do you think that is? Beehives go on the roof because a couple reasons. Again, in the woods, I put them on the roof and I don't have to worry about bears climbing my roof to trash my beehives because I have no trees right next to my house that would allow them to climb. I don't have to worry about critters and skunks and bears, or even really raccoons haven't bothered them because they're on the roof. They're not accessible. And another safety feature of the bees on the roof is when I don't have my ladder here, none of my boys, there they are right there. Say good morning, Vaughn.
Morning.
Oh, he's giving me morning hug. None of my boys can climb with their buddies and dare each other to go mess with the bees. Bonnie, you want to say how you like the farm today?
I love it.
Did you just wake up?
Yes.
Are you coming to here help me with barn chores, or are you going to go snuggle in a little bit?
Snuggling.
All right, well, give me more love.
Okay.
Mwah. All right, love you. Can you take your sister with you? All right, hold her careful.
Really dirt.
I know, she was playing in the dirt. Why don't you, Vonnie, I love you. Hold her nice, and then take her jammies off, okay? Love you. All right. He loves his sister. So, yep, bees on the roof. Garden. I've got lots of fresh planted grass, which I actually don't plant grass here. I plant clover. And it's not meant to look like grass. It's meant to be food for the animals. Because, believe it or not, we had no greenery back here. It was spotty and pretty gross looking. So what I did, I drug my chicken tractor through this whole area. It fertilized the whole area, and then I seeded it. So now, in the coming years, I have this beautiful greenery that I can feed to chickens, goats, pigs, whatever I want. I'll be making a rabbit tractor so I can have my rabbits eat out of there too. But now we're gonna go in. I'm gonna sneak through this hole in the fence. Sneaky, sneaky, sneak. Sneaky, sneaky, sneak. Remember, this is a working farm, so not everything's perfect. Not everything's put away, and that's just how we like it. So we just walked through my garden gate to the big bed bean tower, which is climbing up. I just saw a bean. This is a rattlesnake pole bean. Really, really pretty. I'm gonna pick it. Go put that one in my pocket. I got lots of beans in here. I got rattlesnakers and just regular green beans. See, right there, I got regular beans. The white flowers are just a green snap bean. The purple flowers, like these ones, those are the rattlesnake pole beans. And yes, they work together really, really well. And as you can tell, everything in my garden is in a container or a raised bed. And that is because if you look around, what do you see? You see a lot of trees, and you see majority of them are pine. This is a coniferous forest here, meaning my soil pH is 5.5. That is extremely acidic. So I need to amend my soil, and I do that in containers with my cucumbers and my peppers and my kales. And this one right here, this is August, so I've just reseeded what I can for my next set of starts. These are peas. Yes, I will get another pea harvest this year out of them. I've got this bed here. I built this a week and a half ago. By me, I mean John built the bed and I filled it and planted it. And it is full of my winter harvest crops. New potatoes, leeks, lots of carrots. Those are all my little seedlings that I need to thin out today. And then I've got golden beets, Detroit reds, and if you look at them, the golds have gold stems, the Detroits have red stems, hence the names. And then I've got radishes, turnips, kale, scallions, and bunching onions, and more types of onions, more carrots. I've got red cabbages because they're winter hardy. One didn't take. Like I said, not all gardens are, everything's a win, but that gives me a space to put in more fast-growing crops. I could put in arugula. I could put in carrots. I'll probably put in radishes because then I have a staggered harvest. More carrots. This is my winter garden. I will be harvesting from this bad boy all winter long, and that videos will be to follow. Then we've got some pear trees, some animal nuisance plants, which are my marigolds. Deer, rabbits don't like marigolds, so I plant marigolds everywhere. They also attract beneficial insects and pollinators. So they do a couple things. They bring in the good, and they keep out the nibblers. Nibblers are the deer, and I got a lot of them. And then I got this big, long, full raised bed here. Needs some maintenance. My tomatoes are a little out of control. I got some BKO sunflowers, some black oil sunflowers going on. For them, for sprouting. More peas. This pea harvest is looking a little ragged, but to be fair, I've been harvesting off of these peas since mid-July. So this is about the third harvest I've gotten off of these peas, and they've pretty much lived their life. I just wanted to stretch them and see how many peas, how long of a harvest can I get off of 1 year. I'm popping them open. Let's see what these look like. Extreme close up. Ooh. They look pretty good. I'm going to eat them. I'm going to eat them right now. Yep, they're good. I dropped one. Way too good to waste. I'm going to wipe it off and eat it. Yep. Yummy. And then I got more pole beans. As you see, I grow everything up. Everything possible I grow high because it makes the most of my space. I got brassicas and kales and cabbages. More brassicas, more kale, more cabbages. Tomatoes everywhere. It's too tight to see everything. And I got sunflowers growing all over. As you can see, this one's a little bit ridiculously tall. She's a pretty big girl. But again, brings in the beneficials and adds some beauty. Now I'm going to back her up, back her up, back her up. And I got another tower. Here's my cattle paddle tower that I did in straw bales. I did them in straw bales because, again, my soil needs love. And I don't want to amend all of it, so I grow on top of it. And these I did in straw bales. My reviews are mixed on them. I don't know how much I like them. But, ooh, here's a fun win. Check out this bad boy right here. I got a butternut. She's going to be beautiful. I got butternuts going on. I got golds going on. I got some fava beans and mint growing everywhere. Mint is a really good thing in straw bales because it is so productive and even aggressive. Put in a straw bale on top of rocks and you don't have to worry about spread. And I got crystal apple cukes. Aren't they looking great? I might have to eat those, slice them up into some bread and butters today. More beans. We love beans. We love beans. So much fun stuff. Oh, there's a fava bean right there. That one's almost ready to pick. And now let's open up the greenhouse. The greenhouse. Turn off my fan. It's important to keep things going. I just cleaned up in here, so it's ready for my next set of harvesting. Melons and peppers, tomatoes, 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 strawberries on the back wall, more tomatoes. I got cucumbers, see, growing up this vine. I got citrus. This is also where I start and propagate a lot of not seeds but cuttings. I've got my figs. I got the world's biggest aloe plant that I do need to split. And then underneath is one of my new projects is one of my mushroom towers. That right there, not necessarily a tower, but I'm going to be growing mushrooms as well as vegetables. Their propagation is a little different, so I've always liked growing mushrooms because they're delicious. There is the greenhouse, and the greenhouse we're going to grow in all year long. And you see this big path right here? I did that to capture the heat in another way. It's a greenhouse built in the sunniest spot with a path so I can keep it as warm as long as possible. And there's your teaser for a little more information. And that's this half of the garden. Now we're going to work our way towards the orchard. I got straw fermenting so I can grow some mushrooms in it. And now let's go around. It's a little tight back here. Let's go around. And I've got more. I got more tomatoes. My tomatoes have gone pretty bonkers. They're pretty tall up there. I'm going to have to top them. I got my cherry trees, elderberry trees, more brassicas. Looking over this way, more brassicas, more tomatoes, leeks, cucamelons. I should be getting cucamelons or sour gherkins, depends on what you want to call them. I should be getting some of those soon. They kind of just look like combination of ivy and cucumber, and they are in the cucumber family, so that makes sense. But then down the center here are my thornless blackberries and golden raspberries. I wonder if I got any that I could nibble on. The kids discovered these and now I don't get any. See, I try to keep some of my favorites a secret. And then I've got some little zooks right there. The zooks coming along. I'm going to sneak through. And now, ta-da, in the orchard are 12 blueberry plants right here. And if you can tell, and if you remember, my soil is a 5.5 pH. That's super acidic. What's the only plant that likes acidic soil? Looking at it, blueberries. Blueberries like acid. So I planted these blueberries directly into the soil. And I should be getting some more really, really soon. And so that's 1 dozen blueberries in the orchard, along with some pear trees, cherry trees, elderberry trees. Ooh, I got more tomatoes, sunflowers. Everybody's happy. I got chard, and then I've got another really long straw bale wall going on right here. That straw bale wall is full of tomatoes, sunflowers, green beans, and cucumbers. I planted it dense, and then I needed to thin it out because of nutrients, but this is my experiment year. I'm trying everything. So next year I know what to continue with. And then you see a lot of starts going on because it's August. I can still plant. Got another batch of peas interplanted with this big green bean wall. I've got these right here. Who knows what those are? That is your dun dun dun. Ooh, tomatoes. I should pick them. There's a grasshopper. Nope, not ready. These are some yellow gooseberries. As you see, they're bigger than a cherry, and they are not high in acid, and they're also not super, super sweet. They're just really tasty. Next to the potatoes, and more elderberries. It's a big, big garden. It's a lot happening. The boys help, and Pearl adds moral support. And then, as you see, if you look way up, I got sneaky sunflowers reach in way up to the sky. Lots happening, and we like it that way. Here, and as you see, every square inch, I've got something going on. This here is a mushroom bin. It is layered lasagna style with a combination of sawdust, wood chips, compost, and straw. Oh, someone else is up. Say good morning. Oh, we need hugs. Love you, honey. Did you just wake up?
Yeah.
You just woke up? Okay. Well, why don't you go relax a little bit, and then we'll start our day right. All right?
Okay.
Love you. What do you think of our garden?
Pretty.
It's a pretty garden? Okay. You gonna help me on the farm today a little bit?
I'd love to.
You'd love to. Well, why don't you go relax and keep an eye, check on your sister, okay?
Okay.
Love you.
I'll go
You're gonna go prime? That's the best thing you could have said. So, as you see, it's a working garden. This sunflower is done, but I'm letting it dry because I want to see what kind of seeds I'm gonna get out of it. And we'll find out. More beans. I'm growing beans everywhere as high as I can because they are so vigorous and they have such a beautiful season. And that is the quick and dirty tour of the homestead. I've got more going on, more things to show you, but this is a little peek of everything we do, but not an in-depth dig. We've also got some aquaponics going. We've also got composting. We've also got a perennial herb garden, fermentation. So many builds we're doing, but this was the quick tour. And now I'm gonna go check on my boys, see how Pearl's doing, so I can go and milk a couple goats. All right, guys, I will talk to everybody later. Have a great one.